Hi guys, welcome and welcome back. I'm going to be starting a reading vlog and hopefully I will finish this reading vlog this week because if you guys don't know, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, it's dropping tomorrow actually. The TV show is dropping tomorrow and I have not read the trilogy yet. So in true Jolie fashion, I'm going to speed read, not really, prioritize reading these 3 books this weekend to try to finish it so that way I can start the show and be kind of caught up. Let's just go ahead. People were telling me that the audiobooks for these books were unreal, that they were so good. So I'm going to get the audiobooks for them just because it helps me read faster. Quick pause to go ahead and thank the sponsor of today's video, which is none other than Pair Eyewear. If y'all don't know or haven't heard about Pair Eyewear, they are changing the game when it comes to glasses because I don't know about you guys, but when I was younger, I wanted to hoard glasses because I just wanted to change up the styles all the time and it's really expensive to go and try to buy 5-6 pairs of glasses. That is where Pair Eyewear comes in. All you do is you pick a base frame that you really like and then from there you go ahead and get these top frames, which I absolutely adore because literally it means you can be a new person every day of the week if you wanted to. I'm a little bit blind, so I do need mine to have a prescription in them. However, they do also have options for blue light glasses if you spend a lot of time on a computer or just want to protect your eyes from the blue light, which is smart, you need to. I got the Murphy and I absolutely love this shape because they sit a little bit bigger on my face. I also have a pair of the Sotos, which I really love, but they're just more of like a round shape. And then I got 3 top frames. I got these brown wood grain. I just love brown for top frames. I feel like it's so warm. Then I also got the tortoise and I absolutely adore these. These are my daily. I use these almost every single day. And then I also got green because it is my favorite color and it's such a pretty green. I literally love this color. Okay, so not only is Pair Eyewear so cute and just simply iconic, they're also really affordable. You can get a base frame for starting at $60, which is insane when you think about it. And then you can add on the top frames starting at $25. Not only are they adorable and affordable, the process of actually getting the glasses and ordering them, super easy. Pair has got it down to a science. All you do is you go on their website and you shop around for some base frames that you might like, and then you use their virtual try-on tool. You guys, make sure you are virtually trying on your glasses before you get them. I spent a good 30-40 minutes just switching between frames trying to find what I liked. And it's so nice because you don't have to leave, you don't have to talk to anybody, you don't have to have that awkward interaction where somebody's watching you try on glasses. It's not a great time. And also, I'm super picky with how glasses fit my face, and I have not found another brand that has consistently had glasses that fit my face so well and just fit my face shape so well. If you guys want to get a pair of your own, you can use my code Jolie15 to get 15% off, or you can check the link in the description and you'll get the same 15% off as well. Thank you to Pair Eyewear for sponsoring this video. I absolutely love these glasses and I will love them for the rest of my days. Let's get back to the regularly scheduled programming. No, because it's the way that I've literally been sitting here talking for 5 minutes and I wasn't recording a single thing. What I was going to say was, let's do a little reading update because it's the next day. Okay, I've listened to the audiobook. I'm only like 20 something pages into it, so I haven't listened to that much of it, but I am absolutely loving this audiobook. Listen, it's not every day that like I find a book where I'm listening to it and I find myself wanting to slow down the speed of the audiobook just so I can spend more time listening to it and I can actually like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so good. So the way that this audiobook is set up, if you haven't listened to it yet, she's writing transcripts for all these different forms of communications. So she has phone call transcripts, but like the way that it's read, it sounds like you're actually listening to a phone call conversation. Like it sounds like you're listening to a podcast, and I absolutely adore that. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Apparently Daisy Jones and the Six has kind of like a similar audiobook setup where apparently that audiobook is really good, so I might listen to that if it's anything like this, but I'm loving it. It might be a little premature to say that because I'm no more than like 24 pages into it. However, I don't care. I'm enjoying myself. I'm getting ready to go and clean the entire house just to give me something to do while I'm listening to the audiobook, and because it needs to be cleaned anyways. And I'm loving my time right now. I'm laughing and loving life. Hi guys. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a reading, I always say that, a little bit of a reading update. It's a full-on reading update. I'm going to yap for the next 5 minutes, okay? I am 100 pages into A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, okay? I'm still loving the audiobook. The audiobook is so freaking good. I don't know how much I would be enjoying it if I was not listening to the audiobook. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of like go back and forth. I'm gonna do this one on audio, I'll physically read the second one, and then I'll hybrid the third one just to kind of like give me an idea of what's actually going on, because like I'm enjoying the story. I am liking it. I don't know if it's just that like I'm not far enough into it to like really get any kind of feel any kind of way about it, if that makes sense. But like, yeah, I don't really feel any kind of way about it. Like, obviously there are things about this book that are super frustrating. It's interesting where we just got like the chapter that I left off of actually a cliffhanger a little bit. So like I'm loving that, loving the drama. Yeah, I just hope something like picks up a little bit more. That's my reading update. Hey, I only yapped for 2 minutes. Love that for me, honestly. It only now occurred to you, girly, that you may have gone too far. It may have occurred to me that I may have gone too far with this assignment, but not really, girl. Honestly though, like, I respect the vibes. I respect them. I respect the game. I respect the hustle. I respect it because it wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me, but I respect it. Let's do a reading update. I am now 240 pages into A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Let's put you down here. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Love you. Please don't fall. Okay, so I'm now, this is not even, oh well, we're just gonna deal with the crooked screen for right now. I'm 240 pages into A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, and listen, look, it's starting to pick up more, so it's starting to get better. I'm not, like, as bored. Okay, I was bored for a little bit. I think it's just because, like, I'm used to a certain format where it's like, you're getting the story and it's thrilling because you're in the story, like, because we're hearing about everything after the fact and we're trying to put everything together, it was boring me a little bit. But now that we're starting to get more tendrils of the story, we're starting to kind of like put more pieces together, it's starting to get more interesting. So I think like the end of this is going to be really good, and then probably the second book will be really good. But as it stands at the moment, we're writing it like a 3.5 stars. I'm so sorry. I hate yeah, to be the bearer of bad news. I do see it picking up and getting better, so I'm not necessarily worried about that. I'm on chapter 44. I listened to like a good chunk of the book yesterday. I just went to go pick up myself some coffee. So while I was picking that up, because I had to go by the P.O. box, I listened to a good, okay, I'm on page 341, literally of like 380 pages. So I literally have 40 pages left of the book. I have my assumptions about what happened, obviously. Well, not obviously, I have my assumptions about what happened. I don't know if it's actually true. I don't know if it's actually going to be what actually happened. I don't think I'm making any kind of sense right now. You get what I'm saying, hopefully. We're besties, so you have to understand what I'm saying. Anyways, I'm starting to enjoy a lot more. I realized also why I was loving the audiobook so much. The narrator, I've listened to a couple of other books that this specific narrator has done before, and I've loved it. I just love her, the way that she narrates, the way that she speaks and says words, scratches the best of itches in my brain, and it just makes me so happy. That had nothing to do with the book, but just wanted to point that out. I really love the narrator. But I'm starting to enjoy a lot more now, so I'm excited for Good Girl, Bad Blood, which is the second book. We're gonna sit down, rip the last 40 pages out, and probably start the second book. She had me in the first half. In the first half, I was not impressed, and I was like, what am I missing, bro? Like, I don't get it. I get it now. I'm starting to get it now, and I think that if the second book does what it, depending on how this book ends and how the second book goes, will probably determine my overall feelings for the trilogy. I know that doesn't make sense because I still have a whole third book to read, but if a second book is like slow or bad, to me in my brain, the third book is trash, okay? It is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm speaking from the heart, okay? Wouldn't want to be anybody else. Okay, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna stop. I think I clocked it. I think I clocked it. I think I possibly might have clocked it. Okay, besties. She's done. I have finished her. Hello. How may I help you this fine day? I have finished A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Ratings to be determined. Couple out of context comments. A septic tank is crazy. The town? Lana Myers. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Well. And also, I wish that, okay, if I were to have read this book in high school, I would have been like, oh, there's no shot that I wouldn't have been able to solve this crime. I would solve this crime. I would be on it, okay? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I'm not that clever now, let alone back in high school. Babes, be so for real right now. Be so for real right now. Now it's time to start the second one. It's hard to give all of my thoughts, obviously, because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. So we're gonna have to keep it very, very vague. I have high hopes for the rest of the trilogy. I think it'll be a good one. So I'm like 40 pages or something into Good Girl, Bad Blood. And here is my question, okay? Because I posted about, oh my gosh, I posted after finishing the first book, and it seems like the general consensus is the first book was really good, the second book was mid, and the third book was bad. And here is my only thing. After finishing the first book, like there wasn't any question that was really like left. What's the question that's getting answered in this book? Oh, okay, I guess I probably should have just read the back of the book. Upon reading the back of the book, I feel like this one wasn't necessary. I feel like it didn't need to be a whole trilogy, I guess, if that makes sense. The first book probably could have just been a standalone. That's gonna be my guess. Now, I still might enjoy this book. I don't know. I'm not really getting any like great feelings about it so far. I'm 157 pages into Good Girl, Bad Blood, and okay, look, I'm not hating it, okay? I just don't find it necessary. This was my biggest fear going into this series. So the way the first book ended off, obviously we had like that case and then she solved it. The second book, there's a second case that we're solving. I don't like it enough to like actually be like a diehard for the rest of the other two books. Like I enjoyed the first book. It was a pleasant read. I enjoyed the case. I really liked the audiobook. The second book I'm liking less so, simply because it just feels repetitive. Like it's the same thing. And I don't know if this is a case of like right book, wrong time or what, but I just I'm not enjoying this like I thought I was going to. I'm really sad. So I think what I might do is, I was hoping to have this video out early next week, but I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to finish that book either today or tomorrow, take a break, and then come back to the third book probably end of next week. So this video will take a little bit longer to get out, but I just feel like that is the best chance that these books have for me to enjoy them more, I guess, if that makes sense. So I'm probably going to take a break. I'm probably for the rest of the night going to start reading, going to start another reading vlog, if that makes sense. I don't know why that wouldn't make sense. I'm gonna start another reading vlog and then yeah, do something else, just because this is it's not giving what I wanted it to give, and it's really sad that it's not, because I was really hoping that it would. Anyways, but I mean, the second book is going well so far. Obviously I can't say anything because I don't want to spoil anything from the first book. Okay, hi guys. So it is a couple of days later. I've taken a break. I mean, I kind of took a break. I took like, I think like a 2-day break from reading Good Girl, Bad Blood, and then I went back to the audiobook yesterday. I am 55% of the way through. So we're gonna do a book update, but also I just finished watching the TV show. So we're gonna do an update on that as well to kind of give y'all my general thoughts. As far as the book goes, I am torn. I'm so torn because part of me is like, the first book was really good. We didn't really need a trilogy. Part of me is just like, I'm enjoying it because I like Holly Jackson's writing. And so, I mean, okay, look, it's a YA book by all intents and purposes. And so it's very dramatic in some spots. It can be kind of cringy. Like the writing gets like lyrical, but in dramatic times. It's like lyrical but kind of dramatic, I guess, if that makes sense. It's one of those books that like, if I don't think too hard about, I'll enjoy, because the storyline is good. Like, we're going through and we're trying to figure out all of these clues. I'm not necessarily trying to figure out who did it. Like, it's not like that kind of investment. It's more so like I'm just going along this journey with Pip, letting her do the work, and I'll be here for the end result. And that's kind of like how I'm thinking about it right now. Like, there's not a ton of pressure on it to be really, really good or like really concise and whatever, but I'm still enjoying it. We've gotten to like a really important break in the case at where I'm at right now, so not bad by any means. Is it my favorite? No. Is it better than the first book to me? Also no. Okay, it is Saturday night. I think I have an hour and 46 minutes left of the audiobook, so I'm just gonna bake some cookies, probably do the dishes, like clean the kitchen while they're baking, and then we'll sit down to probably finish the book tonight. So I need to get all my, this lighting's not great, I need to get all my ingredients out. Is this better? Probably, yeah. Okay, I need to get all my ingredients out, and we're just gonna start baking. I actually don't know how to feel about that, to be so honest with you. I mean, like, the last 100 pages of this book was way more entertaining than the previous, like, 300. And I think it's just, like, it's the mortal flaw of, like, most thrillers, to be so honest with you. Some thrillers do, like, the first, like, the slow burn really, really well. And I think because this is YA, it's so, like, character based, obviously, because we're following a high school girl trying to figure out and solve this case. So it's like, it's very slow moving, because naturally, like, situations like that they're slow moving. So it's like this thing where, like, I am entertained by it, and it can, like, keep your interest, but it's not like a 5-star rate. Not anywhere close. The whole time, the only thing that I was thinking of is, one, how dramatic Pip is as a character, and honestly, like, I don't hate her for that, because get it, queen, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it makes sense, but she's so dramatic, and she does the stupidest things, and it's like just putting herself in stupid situations. And, like, granted, she's a high school kid, she's doing her big one, okay, and that's just real. So my goal is to try to finish this book today. I keep saying, oh, my goal is to finish it, and I never do. I will be finishing this book. I just got the Audible downloaded. I think I'm going to end up rating this book a 3-star, just because, like, the enjoyment has been going down as I've read more. So, like, I liked A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I felt like that story was real good. We've talked about it. Good Girl Bad Blood was kind of iffy. So we're gonna start the audiobook. Don't know where I put my headphones. I think they're on the table out there. Okay, I am exactly 100 pages into. So I feel like obviously Pip has been on a very steady decline since the first book. And, like, mentally, like, girl, you just need therapy. Girl, be for real, you need therapy. I think I'm enjoying this one the most because I feel like obviously is more, not interactive, because that's so not interactive, but I feel like it's more entertaining, I guess, because now we're, like, seeing it real time. Like, so she's getting stalked, right? We're trying to figure out who's doing it, why they're doing it, and, like, what all these, like, little clues mean. And so I feel like because we are getting the actual case, it's like almost like she's trying to solve her murder before it actually happens. Like, that's kind of the vibes that we're getting right now. I'm enjoying that aspect of it because it's like an actual thriller almost, where it's like, okay, like, if something doesn't happen, if we don't figure it out, like she's most likely going to die. You know what I mean? Okay, so I am exactly 50% of the way through As Good as Dead. I'm liking this one a lot more because more is happening earlier on for this book. So like with the other two books, it was just a steady kind of like slow trickle of getting information and trying to put it together, and like we think we have it figured out but then we really don't, and so we're trying to have to go back and like figure it out again, and it's like the same thing is happening over and over again, but you could feel that you're getting closer to the end. This one is just kind of like all over the place, but I would say in a good way. I would say in a good way. My only issue with this book is the actual like plot twist. I wish it wasn't what it was. I really wish it wasn't what it was, because one, I guessed it like a couple of pages into the book, so it wasn't shocking, but two, because I don't like it. I was really hoping that like this wasn't gonna be like what it was, and then it is what it is. Okay y'all, I just finished As Good as Dead. It is literally, it's so far past my bedtime. It is 11 o'clock and I have to get up at 6:30 a.m. I liked this book more than I liked any of the other ones, to be so honest with you. This one was the most sad out of the three because Pip was going through, she was going through it. Literally, one of my Goodreads like updates for the book was literally just like Pip is unhinged at this point, and like as she should, you know what I mean? Like she has a right to be. There isn't a whole lot that I can say obviously as far as like a review goes because it's the third book in the trilogy. The second one kind of dragged on a little bit, and that's because I feel like it was so like far outside of the first and the third one. I feel like if the second one had something to do with this one where like it all tied together, I probably would have enjoyed it more. I feel like if she had made this into a duology, it would have been really, really good, and it would have been a 5-star duology all the way around. If I had to rate the whole series, I would say A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was a 4-star read. I enjoyed it. This one was a lot more like podcasty in terms of the audiobook, so this one was the most entertaining audiobook. Good Girl Bad Blood, I'm gonna give it a 3 stars. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. It just felt kind of disconnected from the rest of the trilogy. As Good as Dead, I think it's gonna get, it's between a 4.5 and a 5-star because I was the most emotionally invested the longest, and I feel like this book just kept going so fast. Now this one read more like a thriller than the other two did, if that makes sense. Okay, hopefully that makes the sound better. I know I'm gonna irritate myself whenever I go back to edit this. Anyways, this one felt the strongest for me in terms of it was more thrilling because we're obviously the center of the story in this one, so we're more in it, we're more emotionally invested. I just felt more for Pip in this book because this one again was more centered around her, and so it allowed me to connect with her story more, which I think is why I liked it the most. It didn't feel so disconnected like the other two did. Yeah, no, this is really good. This is all in all a pretty good trilogy. I would say, like, rating the trilogy overall, I would probably give it like a 4-star. I wish I had waited a little bit longer to read it, like maybe read this in like November or January, but I'm happy that I read it. I really like that. That was a good, I mean that was hard to read, but it was good. That was it. I'm actually really surprised that I enjoyed those books as much as I did. I didn't know what to expect going into it, and I was really hoping that I didn't dislike it because I probably would have, y'all would have been a little mad at me, I think. I love you guys so much. If you guys want to see my face on any other place on the internet, I have all my links in the description as always. The Patreon book club book, we are 11 days into it right now, so if you guys want to catch up with the reading there or help vote for the next book club book, I will link that in the description as well. Other than that, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!